variety of. It's not about set plays and fancy plays. Cooper Cronk spoke about will and desire. That's what win these games. I looked at teams on paper before, and I think New South Wales on paper had a much stronger team. I thought they had a much stronger forward pack. But the games are played on paper.
I'm gonna ask you this question again. I asked you previously. Laurie Daly's been there 5 years now, won one series. It's conjecture as to whether he'll be there next year. But if New South Wales came to you and asked you to be their coach next year or the year after, would you do it?
I don't know, Fatty. When you asked me that in the footy show, I said no. I don't know. I can't answer that at the moment.
I think you're thinking about it. I think you'd like to.
I don't know, mate.
What's stopping you? What's stopping you from jumping into it and saying, yes, I want to do that?
Well, I don't know if I need that pressure in my life.
What about the excitement of it?
I get a lot of excitement in other areas, Fatty.
And he certainly does. But his football brain is incredible, Andrew Johns. That's why he's such a great player and is now an immortal. And I watched he and Gus just dissected, while the presentations were on, he and Gus were dissecting what went wrong, and I listened in. And Joey's football brain is amazing. Now, I think he'd be perfect for the job, and maybe Brad Fittler as his assistant. Maybe Andrew's worried about him, say early in the camp, maybe being on the drink and playing up. But maybe he needs a manager. So he coaches the team, but someone looks after Andrew. I think that's what I reckon. Seriously, that's what I reckon. So anyway, I reckon they've got to bite the bullet and talk to him, because I think he's look. That's if Laurie continues, fantastic. He's a great fellow, but if they talk to Joey, then I think he's.
What about Gus?
No, Gus won't do it. Gus, no. He's had his time, and I asked Gus, and he said, nah. Please.
Is that the key to it, Fat? If you're saying that New South Wales had the better team on paper and should have won on paper, is that where the issue lies?
Well, they didn't lift when they had to lift. Like in Origin football, right? When you're buggered and you can't raise a spit and you're bleeding and you're sweaty and you're muddy and you think you can't go on, right? And you're on your own. You've got to find something. And Queensland kept finding stuff last night, which they've done.
Game too.
11 of the 12 years. They just keep finding. And New South Wales, they don't find it. That's their problem. And they've got to find that somehow.
And you think Joey can
coach make a difference? Can a coach instill that in them?
You saw how Joey spoke. And after that, by the way, he talked about, I hope 10-year-old kids are watching this dynasty of Queensland. I hope they're now seething like you guys were in the 1970s, right? Which we were. Because New South Wales used to thrash us all the time. I hope these 10-year-old kids are getting ready so that in 10 years' time, they're ready to, come with the hatred that Queensland have got for us. So,
is that how long we have to wait?
It could be, but it's a major problem. I mean, one series win in 12's it's a disaster.
Yeah.
So, and they're competitive, but in the end, just not good enough.
I think Freddie'd be fantastic as well. He's got a great record.
Freddie, the two of them together.
He did a good job last night. Put them together.
Yeah.
They're both Channel 9.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. Full access all the time.
Full access.
All right. Then there's winners and there's losers, and our boys went into both camps last night to see what happened.
So the entrees, they were delicious, but here comes the main course. We're underway. This is a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a good shed to be in, mate. It's just hugely disappointing. Obviously, a lot of excitement, a lot of expectation, and we just didn't play well enough in that first